Hey, Una, do you know what time it is?
Time to spring forward for daylight savings?
Yeah, actually, I think it is time for that. However, I was talking about something here in the Fortress of Nerditude. It's time to record another spectacular Nerd Necessities Network show. Yay!
Fair. Do you know why it's spectacular? Because, Bridge, you and I, we're the hosts.
I agree with that. That's just a little tiny bit self-indulgent. We love our show and hope you do too.
What are we doing today on the most spectacular nerd show that DPS TV and the Nerd Necessities Network YouTube channel has ever seen?
We'll talk about things that are going on in the world of nerd and what grooving nerdy things you can do around town.
We'll play a round of Will She or Won't She?
Huh?
Where on the virtual screen am I? I'm renaming it to Will She or Won't She, as in will she or won't she keep the cooler host title? That title is currently bestowed upon me, of course. Hey production peeps, I'm okay if you have a difficult one today since Bridge is guessing. I'm just saying.
Denver. We are a nerdy city after all. I'm just saying it could be where we're going on the...
Will she or won't she?
Will she or won't she? AKA the segment formerly known as Where on the Virtual Screen Am I? Could be Denver, and I'm guessing that now. Think about it. I might already be the cooler host.
Yeah. And I will have this incredible crown until that segment is off the show.
Touché. I'm switching gears now just like a robot. In fact, we'll be discussing robots with our resident nerd, Mara.
For all you nerds out there who went to the 2015 Denver Comic-Con, did you notice how cool your badges were? Peter and Adams. The guy who Jay. I'm sorry. The guy who created those illustrations, yeah, we've got him on today's show. I'm sure we'll be drawn into the story of how he got to create those illustrations. See what I did there?
Who will also test his teaching skills as he gives Una and I a drawing lesson.
See how spectacular the show is today? We have so much going on today, so let's get started. Production control, vid please. Tech companies are cascading down support for Apple as their privacy battle with the FBI pushes on. Big names like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook are just some of the many companies lining up in Apple's defense. Last month, the case between Apple and the government became public after California federal magistrate judge ordered the company to navigate through the security functions, as Apple CEO Tim Cook replied simply with no. Apple and the supporting companies feel the government is overreaching, which they fear will lead to more possible strong arms on the security and integrity of product and privacy rights. If we let this slide, next thing you know, the government will commission people to peek through people's windows. Oh, don't mind me, miss. I'm just your friendly government checking in on you. Go about your business while I go watch and take diligent notes.
A recent study performed at the University of Oxford is now viral. Well, I should clarify the object of the study is researchers at the University of Oxford have concluded that retroviruses, or viruses coming from a group of RNA that insert a DNA copy of their genome into the host in order to replicate, from as far back as 50 million years ago, now make up 8% of our DNA. Virus-fighting proteins like FV1 protect us from invading viruses, leaving them unable to invade other cells. Our bodies have now evolved through the course of time to protect us against viruses that would wreak havoc on previous populations. I feel liberated! No longer will I go through my day worried about germs or the pitfalls of fearing I have a compromised immune system. It's time I just germ it up, start licking handrails, and open myself up to being sneezed on. Just kidding, I doubt I have another 50 million years for my body to work its magic on self-sustaining DNA vaccination.
Do you know the movie Deadpool? The one about the trash-talking mercenary anti-hero with the vocabulary of a sailor's uncle? Well, if you don't know by now, you should. It's made such a box office splash after that the aftermath is shaking up Hollywood. The new Wolverine sequel starring Hugh Jackman has now been given the green light from producers to become rated R. This will enable the upcoming flick from the X-Men universe to show a more callous, darker side of our favorite flawed mutant. I would have never in a million years guessed that Wolverine would be taking advice from Deadpool, but never say never. Spoiler alert, Hugh Jackman's dark side consists of supreme skills in song and dance.
Videos of Google's new robot have surfaced, and needless to say, they are intriguing and a little disgruntling. The design and technology they recently purchased from Boston Dynamics features a humanoid model named Atlas, who seems to be infatuated with boxes and picking them up. After successfully scaling a forest littered with trees and snow, Atlas was able to successfully stack 10-pound boxes, as well as retrieving a box while being tormented by a man with a hockey stick. Okay, we know you are extremely busy building robots, but can you people please, for the sake of the human race, watch Terminator 2? Antagonizing robots will only lead to Arnold Schwarzenegger being our only hope, and I am so not cool with that.
AOL co-founder Jim Kimsey has passed away last week at the age of 76. Kimsey was the driving force behind America's largest internet dial-up service, bringing online chat rooms and email to the masses. Their trademark, "You've got mail," and methods for communication left the industry abuzz and a generation hooked to being online. His decision to step down as chairman in 1995 and hand over the reins to fellow co-founder Steve Case proved to be a stroke of genius as the company grew to claim a 220 billion market capitalization. Thank you for your contributions to our society and for shining a light on the fact that some of the very best leaders have to step away in order to maximize potential for the product. Also, my mom would like to thank you because without you, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks would have never fictionally fallen in love. Again.
Mad Max nor The Martian won the Academy Award for Best Picture, but as they say, there's always next year. This summer offers some pretty enticing movie releases for all you film nerds out there. Ratchet & Clank, Independence Day Resurgent, Star Trek Beyond, and the new Ghostbusters Revival are just some of the many sci-fi films headed your way. The Oscars keep nominating, but keep on denying. From here on out, I'm just going to refer to sci-fi movies as being NAMA-hated. Why you gotta keep NAMA-hating on sci-fi?
Do you want to read something of substance online? Something that catches your attention and holds onto with a vice grip for longer than 140 characters? Well, look no farther because Medium is here. The basic idea is the new social media platform is to encourage the construction of a coherent argument via primarily long-form writing. This sounds a little silly, you say? Well, keep reading and you'll find that super rad nerd Bill Gates and not for much longer leader of the free world Barack Obama even latched onto the site. The main purpose being served is that you will no longer have to search and dig through meaningless and sometimes thoughtless links to get to your desired topic. This is still an experiment of sorts as Medium encourages publishers to see that there can be a world without the necessity of having a website. CEO Evan Williams is banking on a time where it will be largely pointless for media companies to build and maintain online spaces. I think Williams is onto something. I hate trolling through countless and thoughtless commentary on the webs. What an odd concept though, forcing people to read and have extended discourse on things. Reading has become more and more like eating vegetables, it seems. Not always that fun, but always beneficial. Maybe someday we can get to a point where you can believe everything on the internet. That reminds me, I should probably tweet about that amazing sandwich I had for lunch.
Let's switch gears and head in the directions of north, south, east, and west. Local events coming right at you from every which way. Roll it! Well, friends, March brings more nerditude for you to geek out on. Wings Over the Rockies will be opening a new traveling exhibit, Abandoned in Place. From the first unmanned space flights to the lunar landings, the exhibit provides an inside photographic peek into the research facilities that played a crucial role in those early days, open through the end of March.
The Denver Museum of Nature and Science will be opening a new exhibit, Robot Revolution, hosted by Google and Boeing. The exhibit will deploy an unprecedented army of robots secured from around the globe. With focus on coordination, skills, locomotion, and the dawning of AI, you should dance the robot on down there. Opens March 18th. Leave your hockey stick at home.
They Might Be Giants will be playing the Gothic Theater this month. For over 30 years, the band has delivered smart songs with a hefty dose of wit on topics from world history to superheroes. They may sing No One Knows My Plan, but my plan is to see them in concert, March 23rd.
The Denver Independent Comic and Art Expo explores the world of underground comics. Known to the regulars as DINK, the show covers tattoo and graffiti art, zines, literature, small press, and underground comic fare. With the focus on the creators and the art, DINK is a more intimate affair, March 25th.
Anomaly Con calls out to the steampunk in all of us. Fancy top coats with mechanized goggles and ray guns share time with everything from murder mysteries to a tea duel. Like a regular duel, but with tea. It promises to be more than you can shake a parasol at, March 25th through the 27th.
Also that weekend will be Anime Land's Wasabi Classic, an anime-centered con that focuses on the role anime plays in video games, movies, clothing, and toys. The event will feature many panels, anime cosplay, and Techno-Sabi, a pajama-wearing Mario Party tournament, March 25th through 27th.
Let's not forget, Chocolate the Exhibition is still rolling at the museum as well. Aztec markets, cacao trade, and memorabilia can't be missed. Decadent. Open all month.
Mile High Magic will be debuting at the end of the month, a full-length documentary about Magic the Gathering and the people who play it, from the avid hobbyist to the tournament-bound. Tuesday, March 31st at the Sea Film Center.
If you are interested in any of these events, check out their website for more information. Next, we'll talk to you about why we love robots, starting with that video we told you a little bit about earlier. Oh boy, look at that.
Poor guy.
I mean, what?
It's so sad because I've seen it multiple times and I know what's going to happen, but still every time I see it I'm just like, no.
They're just like, he wants to get the box.
Poor little dude.
What?
Look at his little stick legs. This is why you don't skip leg days.
Oh! I'm curious why a hockey stick.
Probably length and like the end of the thing at the bottom.
Yeah, that's true. But like, look, he's just going for the box, and the guy just kept pushing it away from him.
He's trying his best.
You try your best.
Oh no! He just looks so sad in that thing, like he's thinking about his, everyone who's hurt him. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, you can do it. Fight
Yeah.
those bullies. Or walk
Although
away.
this is a little ominous because you feel like he's like on his way to destruction. He's like,
okay,
oh, gross.
go out into the world, little robot man.
Go. Be free. Be dangerous. Be alive.
We call this section why we
Love robots,
Robots.
and why they shouldn't kill us. Please don't kill us.
Please don't kill us, robots.
We have everyone's favorite robot here with us today. The illustrious BB-8. Woo!
We also
Ain't
have
he a cutie?
our resident nerd Mara here to talk to us about why we love robots.
Yep.
So we all love BB-8.
Mm-hmm.
He's adorable. He's like a little puppy. I mean, listen to him. He barks. He barks when I turn his head. It's like a little puppy. Why would we ever want to hurt him?
He's also a skilled attack robot.
He's gonna attack you.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Yeah, he was after Mara.
Yeah.
You know, we just love BB-8 because he's just so round.
He's round, and he makes us think about everything we love because he's just so precious.
And friendly.
He's friendly.
That's a face I could trust. I would trust him to do my taxes.
Would you trust him to do your taxes?
I would absolutely trust BB-8 to do my taxes.
What other robots do you love, Una? Do you love
You
other
know,
robots?
I would not trust a lot of robots to do my taxes, not gonna lie.
Round two.
But see, while I love BB-8, I think I'm more of like an R2 or C-3PO fan, if we're being honest.
You know, I like the BB-8. I mean, I can't say.
But like, I don't know, like C-3PO just represents everything that like I want to be
Sassy and gold?
and smart.
That's fair.
I mean, he's also a little annoying, but like I think I could handle that.
I think that's the price that comes with being shiny and gold.
Yeah.
And intelligent.
Yeah.
What about you?
Theoretically, we could cover you in body paint.
I mean,
Production control. Ideas. I volunteer to be R2-D2. Alright.
Okay. Well, that's a little bit about why we love
Love
robots.
of
We
all
have
kinds.
also so many robots, and we hope they don't attack us. At least not while we're around.
Yep.
So, we're gonna roll commercial, and when we come back, we're gonna play Will She or Won't She?
Yes, we will.
Emily Griffith Technical College is turning 100 years old, and we want you to join in the fun. The Emily Griffith Foundation is presenting a year-long community celebration, opening doors of opportunity for 100 years. Here's how you can play a part.
Are you 1 in 2 million? Shop Automotive has donated a 3-year lease on a Mini Cooper that one lucky alum of Emily Griffith Technical College will win. All you have to do is sign up.
Go to egfoundation.org for more information.
Hello, friends, and welcome back. We are here with another rousing game of Will She or Won't She?
Oh,
Which
boy.
she won't, because I'm cool.
I thought the won't was keep the crown. So if it's won't she, then yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that, because I will be getting the crown today.
You've
that.
trapped me in my own. She will be keeping the crown. I will be doing the thing.
I guess we'll see now,
All right.
won't she?
Yes. Are you ready?
Am I ready?
Are you
I
ready?
don't know. I guess so.
Are you ready?
Do I look good?
You look so good.
Okay, then yeah, I'm ready.
Do you want an initial guess?
We'll go with Denver.
No. All right. It has 265 national landmarks.
Washington, D.C.
No. There are over 300 coffee houses within the city boundaries.
So it's a city. I just wanted to confirm that.
Mhm.
France.
No.
Or that's not a France. It's Paris, I guess, is the city that I was going for there.
No.
Okay.
There are 26 gas stations, but 130 Walgreens and 90 Starbucks.
Okay. Bozeman, Montana.
No. But you know, it's getting there.
Is it?
Who knows? Who knows? What is
Am I
Bozeman?
anywhere near? No.
Vaguely.
No? Vaguely? Am I in the right country?
I think so.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It also has more than 8,000 restaurants and 700 bars within 15 miles of just the downtown area.
L.A.?
No. It's fourth in the world in terms of the numbers of billionaires living in the city.
Fourth, you say?
Fourth.
Seattle.
No. Seattle's a nice place, though.
I've never been, but I'd like to go.
I think I was there once. Burials were outlawed in 1901.
And, like, never reinstituted, I guess? Burials were outlawed, huh? Chicago?
Nope. In 1859, a resident declared himself the country's emperor. People kind of just went with it.
Oh.
And when he died, there were nearly 30,000 people in the streets for his funeral.
Oh, I'm so upset. I learned about this in world history.
It's odd because I just read a comic on this.
Really? Oh. Raleigh, North Carolina.
No. Is that a city?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, North Carolina. It's the capital.
Oh, I didn't know North Carolina had a capital. This city had an ugly law in 1876 or 67. You couldn't show your face in public if it were unsightly. Of course, it has since been repealed.
That's just mean.
I like it.
Oh boy. Oh, I don't know.
Can we reinstitute that or?
I don't know. We'll go with like Montpellier.
No. I didn't know that was also a thing.
Vermont.
I learned so much in these sessions. The official instrument is the accordion.
Baton Rouge.
No. Is that a city?
Louisiana.
Okay.
Capital.
Okay. Oh, now you see. All right. A license is required to perform necromancy here.
New Orleans?
No. Good guess, though. That's solid. The first television image was transmitted in this city by Philo Farnsworth. This is your last clue, by the way.
God. Oh boy. Well, I'm not gonna get this, am I? Philo Farnsworth? Is that what you said his name was?
I believe so.
Wow.
This is your last guess. Keep it.
Boston, Massachusetts.
You are wrong, my dear. All right. Do you want phonetics or do you just want to know?
Just tell me.
Uh,
We're going a couple more hints.
I'm supposed to give you some.
Oh. More hints? Is that what
Think Spanish. The
Spanish?
name has a Spanish in it.
Has a Spanish? What do you mean? Like a Spanish word?
It is a Spanish name as far as I know.
San Diego?
Very close.
Another San? San Francisco?
Yes. I am still the cooler host. Accept me as your supreme leader. I'm going to declare myself the next emperor of the United States.
I was born in San Francisco.
And it
Okay,
is
give
gone.
us the nerdy tie-ins.
That makes my victory even sweeter. I beat you in your own birth city. Wonderful. Well, it's a pretty nerdy place, all in all. So some of the nerdy tie-ins. More for the state than the city. California raises more turkeys than any other state in the United States. I didn't know that. Think of that next time you have turkey. The fortune cookie, Irish coffee, the movie projector, denim jeans, and chop suey were all created in San Francisco.
See, I think if that had been a clue,
Really?
I might have been better off. Fortune cookie, that would have.
Ah, gotcha. 29% of San Francisco's pollution is actually originating from China. From the Marvel Universe to Looney Tunes, there's actually a cartoon art museum where you can see all of it at once. In Star Trek, Starfleet headquarters is located just north of San Francisco. It was nicknamed the city that knows how and Baghdad by the Bay. The Exploratorium is a beautifully large hands-on science museum. It's something that isn't seen very often and it's worth a visit.
I'm a big fan of that, by the way. I
Have you been?
strongly recommend the Exploratorium if you're ever there.
Sounds
It's
exciting.
On point.
You can see high-speed remote-controlled boats and bison at the Golden Gate Park. Not together, but they're pretty cool separately. I want to see the bison in the high-speed boats.
I mean, I'd be up for it.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Let's buy a boat and a bison and just duct tape them
A bison
together.
boat?
Yes.
With Bridget.
Yes, and Bradley.
And Bradley. It's meant to be.
Alliteration. We're good. What else do you need to do something other than an alliteration name?
What else is San Francisco?
Do you have the urge to walk into a warehouse filled with old games? Yes. Then you can go to Musée Mécanique. That's
Fancy.
a word that is not in a language I know. They might have an arcade game that your grandparents played on their first date. Anything that can be called ancient or old by kids now. They are technically antiques, but hey, if you don't wish to see magical games, then you make me sad, and I do not wish to speak with you any further. But you can go visit Alcatraz Island instead, home to America's most infamous but no longer operating prison.
Fan of that one too. Good tour. Good tour. Fan.
Did you try to escape?
I mean, I thought about it. I was afraid. I was like, it was before I watched Orange is the New Black.
Ah, yes, that does, I feel, color your opinion on prison and lesbianism. Before the 1906 fire and earthquake, the city had been pretty much burned to the ground 6 different times. See, it was not meant to be. Not that surprisingly, this is California. The event in 1906 also destroyed at least 1/4 of the building and made over half of the 400,000 residents homeless. For all the people who love trees you can't see the top of, Muir Woods National Monument is just across the Golden Gate waiting. The national park actually is home to the sequoia tree the General Sherman, which is the largest living single-stem tree on Earth and has been estimated to be around 2,500 years old. Unless you deeply wish to have giant trees as your only companions, it's recommended that you keep on the trail because you will get lost. I feel like that would be a good death, though.
I mean,
Surrounded by trees.
it could be worse.
That's how I want to go. There is also the headquarters for Lucasfilms to see. Right out in front is a fountain of the Jedi Master Yoda waiting to take a picture with you. You can't really get too much farther, though. People have tried.
Unless you watch, I think it was Ace of Cakes, where he made a cake for George Lucas and got inside the ranch.
That's cool. I can appreciate that. Gutters in Buena Vista Park are made from old tombstones from Lone Mountain Cemetery. That's kind of spooky.
Except I thought that you couldn't bury people.
Maybe that was
isn't
like
that one of the clues?
previous?
Hey, production people, I see an inconsistency here. I want an explanation.
Let's get it fixed, people. You're not paying us nothing for nothing. Make a trip across Bay Bridge and you will land in Emeryville, home to Pixar Studios. And our final nerdy tie-in is Francis Ford Coppola wrote large portions of the Godfather trilogy in San Francisco's first coffee shop, Cafe Triste.
How sad.
Well,
okay, well, we're gonna go roll to commercial, and when we're back, we will have our guest with us. So, folks.
I feel honored to share my experience here in Emily Griffith. College life is always the best part of our lives, right? Hi, my name is Nuvian Agnesia. I graduate from bookkeeping program. I see the bookkeeping is one of the field that you can work in any company. I choose Emily Griffith because Emily Griffith definitely is one of the best school in town.
What does that mean?
Lina is one of the great instructor. I just love her. She's amazing, and then she's like a really passionate instructor.
So what we need to do is sort of draw it out.
I think she's one of the best. I never take notes. My advice for every student, just take notes. Emily Griffith has given me great opportunity.
So we have our guest here today. We'd like to start by bestowing him with our wonderful guest cape.
yes. He looks good.
And this is Jay Peter Onitz, and he's going to tell us a little bit about who he is and why he's here. So
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Hello. As any of our viewers know, we always want to know your nerd cred. So, what makes you nerdy?
Well, the better question is what doesn't. I've been reading comic books since I was 7.
Nice.
I've been drawing comic books since I was 8. Tons of stuff. Every Marvel movie, every comic movie that comes out, I go see. So I want to make sure that I'm staying in the canon.
Gotcha.
I actually have a master's degree in comic books.
Wow.
So, you know, I think that's part of it. And I don't know, what else? Garfield and toys and anime and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
explain. How do you get a master's degree in comic books?
So the Savannah College of Art and Design and the School of Visual Arts in New York, and there's one more school, all offer master's degrees in comics and sequential art and
Neat.
concept art.
That
and-
is so
Yeah,
cool.
that is like a really cool thing to say. And not just like, it's not like you've got like a bachelor's, you've got a master's. That's intense.
MFA comic books.
That's so
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you like have that on your business cards?
No, I don't, unfortunately, but I wish.
I can respect. I can respect.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you illustrate comic book characters and other art, and you teach art. So did
Yeah.
you always want to draw, and how did you get started?
I've always wanted to draw comics. So when I was 7, I picked up X-Men #1 by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee, and that was the love affair. That's where it started. That's where it was.
Cool.
That's been my drive since, oh God, what, 26 years ago? 26 years ago.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. So that seems to have inspired you. Is there anything else that inspires you to do what you do?
I've got kids, so, you know, following your passion, following your love. I
Yeah.
love to actually do that and not work in retail or work in an office
Yeah,
job, you know,
absolutely.
teaching and drawing comics and seeing that you can make a living doing what you love and letting my kids see that.
Yeah.
That's absolutely inspiring.
You must be super fun for Take Your Dad to Work Day.
Yeah.
Or Take Your Dad to School.
Take your dad to work day's a little boring, or take your kids to work day's a little boring because my studio's in the basement.
Take
But
them out to the basement, you know.
yeah, it's hey, there you go.
Yeah.
But take the kids to or take dad to
School
school day.
day,
That's,
yeah.
yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
That's fun because you can do little drawing
Yeah.
demos and talk to kids and let them see, and they always want to draw this, draw that, draw. And so
Yeah.
it's fun. So.
You
So
take
speaking-
requests from children.
I do take requests from children. Some of them are good, some of them aren't so good, but yeah, the requests are there.
I got it.
Along the lines of that, what are your favorite characters to draw?
Favorite characters
Or
to
types
draw.
of characters?
I'm a superhero fan through and
Superhero.
through. I like Wolverine. I like Cyclops. Batman is by far my favorite.
Yeah.
So every opportunity I have, the short-eared Batman, not the long-eared Batman. Gotta have the short ears. Deadpool's fun. He's easy, but he's fun. So, yeah, those guys, big names.
Gotcha. Do you prefer to draw masked Deadpool or unmasked Deadpool?
Unmasked Deadpool is more fun because the amount of scars that you can get on there and
Yeah.
the grossness and like the pus filled.
It's more interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
It becomes more fun. The little
yeah.
details that you get. And,
Oh yeah.
what's gonna pus today?
Speaking of Deadpool, our first show, we actually made Deadpool heads. It was.
Oh, cool.
it
Yeah,
was
we should have
pretty-
had you on there. We could have had an artist touch. Maybe we
Yeah.
should like revisit that.
I wasn't very good at it.
We could revisit. We could
Yeah.
do Deadpool later. if you
Deadpool,
want.
Deadpool later. Okay.
Yeah. So we love your art from Denver Comic Con. We've got your
Well, thank
badges
you.
with us. Very
Thank you.
spiffy.
Thank you.
How did you get the job to create that? That's pretty impressive. And how involved are you in DCC?
I bothered them enough.
Cool.
First off, yeah. I actually got involved with Denver Comic Con their inaugural year. From SCAD, one of my professors is good friends with the founders. So when I came
nice.
back to Denver, they hooked me up with those guys and we got to talking and I did some work for them. And then from there, it's just been ever so slowly building a little bit more and a little bit
Yeah.
more. The Pop Culture Classroom, who is the beneficiary of the Comic Con, I'm their lead teacher for storytelling through comics.
Okay.
And I've done some of the art for that curriculum. So
Oh, we've got all of them up there.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of your work up there. So, will you tell us a little bit about some of the ones that you made for Comic Con?
Oh, sure. So the badges up there, the theme this year was just kind of kiddie nerd theme. So you can see we've got things like the Doctor Who TARDIS. You've got Malcolm from Serenity and Firefly down there in the corner. Green Arrow, of course, the big DC TV show right now. The top middle, those are the two new female Avengers.
that's cool.
Thor and Captain Marvel, who have been traditionally male since they were created in the
Yeah,
60s and
that's
70s.
awesome.
So I had to have that little throw in there. Of course, Star Wars with Luke and Leia up there in the corner. Personal favorite is the Spider-Man.
That one
Right
is
there in the
really
center.
Cute.
How much say did you get in which ones you got to do?
None except for the Spider-Man. My entire say on the Spider-Man actually came from my daughters. I've got 3 daughters, well, 4 daughters and a son. But at the time, it was 3 daughters
Gotcha.
and a son. And yeah, he was born then. Yeah. You think? Yes, he was. But my 3 daughters, when I got the badge job, they were looking and watching me draw them, and they said, "Are you drawing Spider-Man?" I said, "No, they don't want a Spider-Man." They said, "But we want a Spider-Man."
Oh.
So I called the head of the Pop Culture Classroom and said, "Hey, my daughters really want a Spider-Man. Can I do a Spider-Man?" And
Yeah.
they said, "Sure."
Nice.
So I did the Spider-Man, and then they said, "We want it to be the kids' badge," because they wanted the Spider-Man.
Nice.
Spider-Man.
So it's the kids' badge, and they all got a Spider-Man.
That's cool.
So-
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
That's the only one I got any say in. Everything else, like, we want to see this, we want to see that, we want to see that. And not that I didn't
Yeah.
love drawing all of them
Right,
because
yeah.
it was, flexing a little bit more artistic skill. But yeah, Spider-Man, that was mine. That was a passion.
Nice.
Beautiful.
All
So,
right.
So, we discovered that you also have a project called Magicians Must Die.
Yes.
And it's been touted as the only international comic book on playing cards.
yes.
So, first of all, where did you get the title, and how does a comic book on playing cards concept, how does that even work?
So Magicians Must Die is the world's first and world's only comic book on playing cards. And we can make that claim because it's printed by the United States Playing Card Company, who does Bicycle and Bee and Aviator and all those really
Cool.
big name card company or card decks that you've heard of and playing cards. The name actually comes from the writer who is a world-class card manipulator. He actually invented the extreme card manipulation art form.
Oh,
So you know
wow.
all those guys that do like the fans and the
Yeah.
flips and the twists,
Yes.
and so he did that and basically
that is really
invented that art form in 2001.
Okay.
So we came up with Magicians Must Die because the card masters and the illusionists kind of have this little feud going. The illusionists, well, what we do is real, and card masters, what you do is fake, and what we do is
Gotcha.
real. So Magicians Must Die is actually more of an homage to magicians and what they do. There are tons of illusions in the comic that were actually created by one of the lead illusion designers for guys like David Copperfield and David Blaine. So we're using actual illusions
Yeah.
in the comic to kind of show just the beauty of what they do.
Nice.
While the main character is a card master, so we've got all sorts of fun cards in there and card tricks and throws and all sorts of cool things.
Did you have to learn the tricks of the trade to be able to draw this, or
No.
is it still very hush-hush?
Thank God. I didn't have to learn the tricks of the trade. A couple illusions that are in there, the writer, who is good friends with a lot of these people, has, this is how it needs to be because that's how you get out of it. So I know a
Gotcha.
couple,
Gotcha.
but what I learned more than anything else was the card tricks. So I can do some flips and some fans and some throws and things like that.
Cool.
But I'm not good at them. I draw stuff, and that's what I'm good at.
All right. Well, we are going to have you over to draw stuff with us. So right after this commercial break, we will be over there doing the art.
In the rafters in this studio, Darren Valdez is working.
We come in, we set up the lights, we do a key light, we do a fill light, and we do the back lights for each individual person that's at the table.
Okay.
Darren's success came quickly.
And just over 1 year of school, I'm working in a television studio. There we go. I get to be behind a camera. It's a miracle.
You need to know how Darren got here
This is fun stuff. I love it.
in order to understand why he thinks it's a miracle.
My story was I had been living, I was homeless on the streets, and there was a place called Same Cafe that I volunteered at. And I went, and while I was working one day, I saw a pamphlet that said there was scholarships for people that were in bad situations. And I was trying to rebuild my life and restart, just go another direction with my life.
He was awarded a scholarship.
They said, pick whatever you want to do, and I went through the list of things they offered Emily Griffith, and video production just seemed like the most creative, wonderful opportunity. So I was really excited to do it. How you doing today, man?
Now he works at Colorado Public Television.
I actually got my connection here through working Emmys. I volunteered for that. Through that, Sean helped me get in contact with Dominic, who is the director here.
Darren is here because of his education.
Get him focused. The thing that I was taught at school was to be patient and to work hard. Those are good. Whatever comes up, you say yes. Yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. All right, we got it. That and just being able to tell a story. Darren on one. Just being able to piece together pieces of information and give it visual representation is probably the most important thing I've learned.
He continues to learn on the job.
Here, I'm learning all different systems, but I'm ready to do it. I have a willingness to get it done. Here we go, making TV.
Willingness leads to passion.
I'm in love with this. This is awesome. I can't believe where I am now.
Passion leads to a career.
This is what I wanted. I wanted to be working in a television studio. If you have any interest in this career, it feels really good when you get a job doing it. I don't feel like I'm ever at work.
He's come a long way.
This whole journey has been an amazing ride. I wish I would have taken this a lot sooner in my life. I wouldn't change a thing about the last year of my life. It's been nothing but uphill and wonderful opportunities, and I've gotten to meet so many great people, and I'm finally doing something that I really felt I was meant to do.
We are here with Jay. He's going to be showing us how to draw things. But first of all, he's going to be doing a little contest that we had. Very old, but pretty iconic. Draw that thing and you might get a scholarship. So he's going to show us how to draw that thing.
So we should be getting a split screen here. He's going to draw us a classic character.
Yep.
Hopefully, if we can get that. Yes,
There we
he
go.
is. So as
Hey.
you can see,
Hi.
he's drawing one of the three on the right for us,
Okay.
showing off his mad skills.
Yeah.
His mad arting.
So the funny thing about this is when I was at SCAD getting my bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
I actually did one of these and sent it in.
Oh.
I wasn't supposed to be an artist, they said. So, which, in retrospect is pretty funny, but when you're 21 and impressionable, it's like, wait a minute, I shouldn't be an artist, what am I doing with my life? But I'm glad I stuck with it.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Where would we be without you?
Probably still here.
The show would be a lot more boring.
Well, I appreciate that.
I am definitely a fan of the way, just how this is going very quickly, and I mean,
This is impressive.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
really
know
is.
How you
Well,
much training, I'm sure.
tons of training, but that does not mean that not everybody can do it. And I'm a big believer in the fact that everybody can draw. Absolutely everybody. So it's all about practice, 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 time at the board, and
Yeah, no, that's neat.
there you go. What do you think? There he is.
hey,
Hey!
woohoo, go Tiny.
It's tiny.
Nice.
Oh, it's up there.
Very good.
I was the one doing it. I would give you the scholarship.
Absolutely.
Excellent. I appreciate it. At the time, though, it was not that good.
All right.
Good training.
Well, now I think we're going to be spiffing it up, and you're going to be teaching us how to draw something.
Excellent. I think we're going to do a Deadpool. How do you guys feel about a Deadpool?
I am so ready for a Deadpool.
Okay, so any good art starts with a basic shape.
Okay.
So what we want to do first is draw a couple lines down the side, maybe kind of a rounded rectangle thing here. So here's our head.
Okay.
Okay, there you go, good.
I got you. I got you.
Around the bottom,
Mhm.
top, chin, there you go. Then split it in half down the center,
Alright.
and then split it in half down the middle the other way too. So now the key to Deadpool are his eyes, not the black, but his eyes themselves, because he's so expressive with his eyes because he's just a mask. So to do a really expressive eye, I always like to do a really big kind of rainbow, and then just a little bottom here.
Gotcha.
And then on the other side, we got to give him an angry eye, because this is his overall confused face, which he has all the time.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then these nice big ovals around each side, kind of leaning in towards the center bottom on both sides. Trying to equal those up on both edges. And as you notice here, I'm not hitting those lines perfectly right away. By no means do you have to do one line at a time. And then a lot of artists, which I don't know if I'm a fan of or not, gives him the little hood top. So he's got a little shark fin up there.
Okay. Yeah.
What are we doing? Yeah, little shark fin,
Good.
good. Then we can get his neck. You got these nice big muscles going from right behind your jaw down to the center of your clavicle, and then down the side.
All right.
Perfect.
Well, unfortunately, as lovely as these are, we are running out of time, so we're just going to do some quick shading up in this
Una's
business.
getting a little bit more done than I did, but
And
you get the deal. I don't know. I think Una
Let's-
did a
let's-
better job. If we can focus on it. Ah. Oh look, there we go.
hey,
Look at that.
We're looking
Una's-
pretty good.
Una's the real artist here.
there's a
Let's
reason
just-
I'm in
but-
Draw Paint 2 at a public high school.
But it's okay, cause you ready? You ready? Look at how much of an artist I am.
I mean, we got to wrap this up. It was lovely having you draw
you.
some Deadpool.
It's tons of fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, we are better people for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. We are Nerd Necessities. Check us out on Facebook. Watch us on YouTube. Do some things with hashtags on Twitter because we are just that hip and up on things. I am Una.
I'm Bridget, and this is Jay.
Jay. We are
Thanks for
nerds.
joining us.
See you next week. Woo!